Lepa Radić was a young Bosnian Serb girl who became a symbol of resistance during World War II. She was born on December 19, 1925, in the village of Gašnica, near Bosanska Gradiška in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Raised in a patriotic family, she joined the League of Communist Youth of Yugoslavia and later became an active member of the Yugoslav Partisans, the communist-led resistance force fighting against Axis occupation. From an early age, she was known for her courage, strong will, and defiance toward oppression. When the Axis powers invaded Yugoslavia in 1941, Nazi Germany and its allies committed brutal campaigns of terror against civilians. Lepa, only 15 at the time, joined the struggle, serving as a courier and helping organize the resistance. She soon took part in combat operations, carrying ammunition, assisting the wounded, and spreading anti-fascist propaganda. Despite her young age, she gained a reputation among her comrades for bravery and determination. In early 1943, during the German offensive in the region of Kozara, many civilians and fighters were captured. Lepa was arrested in Bosanska Krupa while protecting women and children who were trying to flee the fighting. She was taken prisoner by the Nazis and subjected to interrogation and abuse, but she refused to betray her comrades or provide any information about partisan activities. Her refusal to cooperate infuriated the Germans, and they decided to make an example of her. On February 8, 1943, Lepa Radić, just 17 years old, was publicly hanged in Bosanska Krupa. The Nazis gathered civilians to witness the execution in order to spread fear and deter others from joining the resistance. As she stood on the gallows, instead of begging for mercy, Lepa used her final moments to deliver a message of defiance. When asked to reveal the names of her comrades in exchange for her life, she refused and told the crowd that her comrades would reveal themselves when they came to liberate the people. With calm dignity and unbroken spirit, she urged the people to continue resisting the occupiers. The executioner tightened the noose, and she was hanged before the eyes of the terrified townspeople. The image of her hanging body was captured in a chilling photograph that became one of the most iconic symbols of Nazi brutality in the Balkans and of youthful courage against tyranny. Her words and sacrifice left a lasting impression, making her a martyr for the cause of freedom. After the war, Lepa Radić was posthumously awarded the Order of the National Hero of Yugoslavia in 1951, one of the highest honors given for acts of valor. Today, she is remembered as one of the youngest national heroes of Yugoslavia and a powerful example of resistance, resilience, and unyielding courage in the face of oppression. After her execution, Lepa Radić's story spread far beyond her hometown and became legendary throughout Yugoslavia. The Germans had intended to use her hanging as a warning to the local population, but instead, it had the opposite effect. It inspired many young men and women to join the partisans and fight against fascist occupation. Her bravery, especially at such a young age, deeply moved people. Instead of fear, her final words and her calmness at the gallows became a rallying cry for resistance. The photograph of her execution, taken by a German soldier, circulated widely. It showed her lifeless body hanging from the gallows in Bosanska Krupa, guarded by German troops. Rather than instilling terror, the image eventually became a symbol of sacrifice and unbroken will. After the war, it was used in newspapers, books, and memorials to remind future generations of the price of freedom and the courage of those who resisted. Lepa's family also suffered under the occupation. Many of her relatives were killed in massacres carried out by the Nazis and their collaborators. Yet, her decision to join the resistance at just 15 highlighted how the war touched every household and forced even the youngest into the struggle. She never had the chance to grow into adulthood, but in death, she became immortalized as a heroine. In the decades following World War II, Yugoslavia honored her with schools, streets and monuments bearing her name. Statues were erected to commemorate her sacrifice, and generations of students were taught about her final defiance. For many in the region, she represented not just youthful courage, but also the strength of women in the resistance, as thousands of women joined the partisans, fighting and dying alongside men. Lepa Radić's story continues to be retold in modern times, often as a reminder of the horrors of fascism and the extraordinary bravery of ordinary people. Her life was tragically short, but her legacy as one of the youngest executed resistance fighters in Europe stands as a symbol of unyielding defiance. Even today, her name is invoked as an example of how a single act of courage can inspire generations.